Yes, it's late and it's 10 days into the month. And what are we going to do? But I've been waiting. I've been waiting for book mail. Hello, hi, welcome to a new video. I'm Jacques, Mr. Pink Ink, and today we are choosing my TBR for July. Yes, I know I'm late. I've been waiting for book mail because I'm literally at the end of my review pile. So that was what I'm going to be reading. But then, of course, we did get some book mail yesterday and the day before, so that's cool. So we're going to see what we can do. Now, first of all, okay, these are the books. First of all, this is a rollover from June. Because I didn't have time to read this one. That is courtesy of Jonathan Ball Publishers, and that was my last Jonathan Ball book. Then from Saudi Press, we still have The Interpreters, South Africa's new non-fiction, which is small chunks of non-fiction, 12, 14 pages, written in a style that anybody can read. So, disclaimer, I will not be reading this entire book because I'm not a non-fiction girl, okay? What I am going to do is I'm going to read some of the things that interest me. There's at least 3 that I've seen so far. I will read some more. I will choose enough and then I will base my review off of those stories. Because then I've read enough of the book to make an opinion, to form an opinion. So we're going to be doing that. This is courtesy of Saudi Press. And then my last Pan Macmillan book, Iron and Embers by Helen Shearer. It's the first book in a new series. This is probably not my thing. This is probably romance main plot and fantasy subplot. But anyway, I'm hoping that it's the other way around. One can't live without hope. Okay. And then I got some Jonathan Ball book mail. Yay! So we're going to be adding Mrs. Spy. How cool is this cover? By MJ Robotham. And espionage, I love spy stuff, so that's pretty cool. Can't wait to get into this one. So that's going to be my these are my physical books. And on digital, I still need to read Boudica's Daughter by Elodie Harper. This is still one of 2 books left from the Bloomsbury Big Night Inn. This needs to be, the review needs to be up in August because it's NetGalley. And then the other one that I need to do needs to be up in September, but I'll need to read that in August. Which is the prequel to Priory of the Orange Tree, and that is a intimidating read. Anyway, I also don't have the second one, A Day of Fallen Night or something like that. So yeah, so I'm going to be reading a prequel before the main story, and that's just not on. It's very hard to read a prequel before the main thing because it's meant to be read after the main story. It's pure as simple as that. So maybe I'm going to read the Priory. I don't know. Putting it off. I don't know why. But anyway. And then on audiobook, I'm just continuing with my David Eddings. I'm continuing listening to whatever I can find of David Eddings. I've finished the Belgariad. I'm on the last book of the Malloreon. And then I'm just going to go on, hopefully, with Balgrat the Sorcerer and Polgra the Sorceress. There's 2 books, if they have that. And then maybe go on to some other David Eddings that I haven't read. So that'll be cool. Depends on what's available on YouTube, because I listen to my audiobooks on YouTube because I'm poor. I'm very poor. And that's the end of that. So what are you reading this July? Please let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you've read any of these, please let me know what you thought about them down in the comments below. And check out my Instagram, because that's where you'll find me most of the time. Until next time, happy reading. Bye from a rainy Cape Town. Doodle.